is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Danielle Cope Rosenberg. Have multiple files, file number 23-21343F, H 24-21708, FH 24-21694, FH. Hey, I might be missing some more over here. Hold on. Okay. And the docket listed file number 24-21, call that 194. Then there's 24-2170 FH8. I only have 3, but there's 4. But I do have the correct PSI, so it's under her other name, but no. All right, so Ms. Rosenberg, have you now had a chance to speak with Mr. Dagger-Margosian about the pre-sentence report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Rosenberg, that room you're in doesn't have the best audio, and I apologize for that. So I'm going to need you to scooch up a little bit and just speak louder, okay?
Okay.
Great, thank you. So you've had a chance to speak with Mr. Dagger-Margosian.
Yes, ma'am.
And are you satisfied with Mr. Dagger-Margosian as your attorney and all the advice that he's given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Dagger-Margosian, I saw your sentencing memorandum regarding the guidelines, so I'm not going to get to that yet. But do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any other information in the pre-sentence reports?
Your Honor, nothing in the body. There will be an issue of the correct credit, but we can address that later. But there's nothing in the body of the report.
Okay. What about the credit? I show that on file number 24-21694FH, she was incarcerated for 2 days. And then on 24-21708FH, she has 92 days credit. So go ahead. Why don't you address that now?
Your Honor, I'm not, you're right. I'm not addressing the credit on 694 or 708. I should have been more specific. It's on the VOP cases.
Okay.
And I guess I had thought procedurally the VOP cases were scheduled for sentencing originally on 4/26. So I wasn't sure if we were handling those today, but I'm happy to do that.
PSIs all say 4/26. So do you want to proceed today on all of them?
Yeah, yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. So are you asking for a reduction in credit because we moved this sentence up, or what are you asking for?
No, it was brought to my attention by Ms. Rosenberg that on the VOP cases, I just want to check if the in and out dates on her previous times in jail are correct. She brought to my attention that it may be different. And frankly, I'm going to rely on her on those dates to let the court know.
Okay, so is Ms. Teskey here today?
I think she is in her office.
Let me call her. She's what? She's not on Zoom.
She's not?
And Your Honor,
I do think she's over there.
Yes, Michael.
I'm coming.
I was going to say,
Okay, she's on her way. Ms. Teskey's on her way over right now, and we'll fix that.
and I was going to say, I don't want to jump the horse here, but I was going to say that it may be a moot issue because Ms. Rosenberg is going to be at least partially sentenced to probation. So I was going to see if it would just make sense to discontinue the old probation and just start her fresh on the
Right. The old one has the recommendation for boot camp, and I noticed the new one doesn't. So Ms. Teskey's on her way, and we'll talk about that. Oh, she's in. Okay. Good morning, Ms. Teskey. So we're here with Ms. Rosenberg and Mr. Dagger-Margosian on the probation violation file. Ms. Rosenberg believes she has more credit than 173 days. Ms. Rosenberg, the client, your attorney said he was going to defer to you on that. So why do you think that? And remember, speak loudly for me.
On 2 of those cases, I did 11 months on. I was here from September 29th of 22 till July 4th of 23.
Okay, so
We did
hold on,
not-
Ms. Teskey. Let Ms. Teskey go through her file and check that, okay?
Okay, so she's saying she has credit from what day to what day?
September 29th, 22 till July 4th of 23. I did 11 months on 2 of those charges. The larceny of a building or larceny of a car and or something like receiving and concealing, something like that. 2 of the charges I did 11 months on.
I have 9/29 of 22 until 2/3 of 23.
That's the date I got sentenced. I didn't walk out of here until July 4th on those charges. I got a paper from the jail stating my credit on, I mean, the time that I spent in here on those 2 cases. It was July 4th is when I walked out of here.
Hang on a second.
I did order 11 months at that time. Was that when she went into drug court or
No.
recovery court? No. Okay, hold on. Are you beeping, Joanne? I was like, where's that beeping coming from?
Chris just, it's Chris. He says it in phone I heard. Just silence him.
Your Honor, she is correct. I'm gonna calculate jail time right now.
So I guess, Ms. Teskey, we have the other files to keep her on probation on. There's a recommendation for recovery court on the newer files, and then a recommendation for boot camp on the probation violation. So is that the boot camp still a recommendation we would proceed on if has no more jail time?
I would like her to do boot camp as a probationer and then come to drug court. However, we need to construct that sentence. We can do that. But I have no problem revoking probation on some of these files. I mean, every time she violates, I'm doing a violation on like 7 dockets. So it's up to you, Judge, how you would like to proceed.
So with the boot camp recommendation also, perhaps, like you said, perhaps the new sentencing is on 24-21694 and 24-21708. So perhaps a recommendation for boot camp on that file and then recovery court.
Yes, that would be great. I'm
And then
just trying
since she's
to-
already done a year on the probation violation and the other files, would we revoke then file number 23-21343 FH?
Okay, so let's talk for a second about jail credit on docket 22-21003 FH. She has a total of.
Hold on 1 second, Ms. Teskey, because I have a PSI, a new one, on 24-21694 and 24-21708. So I have the new PSI for that one. I have a pink sheet for a probation violation that only lists 23-21343 FH, which is the uttering and publishing.
Okay,
Mr. Dagger Margosian, did you get any other PSIs? Did you get any PSIs regarding 22-21003 or 20?
this is a probation violation.
Your Honor,
Did you
I have,
get the,
The reason
have-
I'm asking is because Ms. Teskey said she has to do a violation on a lot of files.
I understand. I have the probation violation information on 003, 005, and 343.
I do not have a pink sheet for 003 or 005.
you don't have a violation report, Your Honor?
I have a
I can bring it
violation report. Yep, I have a violation report, a pink sheet on 23-21343, and attached to it are the original PSIs for 003 and 005. And then I have the PSI on the new files, but I don't see in my stack a pink sheet for the 003 or 005. I'm sorry.
Judge, I just found it. We had it in with the 426 dates, so I'll bring that in. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry. Hold on.
I believe you do have to have jail credit for moving.
Thanks.
The amended
only-
jail credit on her violation is 373 days.
So I don't think I can send her to boot camp on those files because she's basically
You
maxed
can't.
out of jail time.
Correct.
So, all right, I've now received the probation violation report for 22-21003 FH and 22-21005 FH. And on those files, once again, she's at 219, but maybe more, correct? Ms. Teskey?
What's your question, Your Honor?
So we determined she did 11 months on the
She
other
did.
violation.
It's 373 days is her total credit on 05 and 03.
So 2003, 05, and then bless you, 23-21343 FH. So it sounds like she's done all the jail time she can do on those 3 files. Do you want me to revoke and terminate those files? Or do you want me just to continue her probation on those files? I leave it to your discretion, and then I'll take a recommendation from Mr.
Your Honor.
Decker Margosian.
Revoke and terminate would be great with me.
Mr. Decker Margosian, I assume you would not object to that.
Your Honor, I don't object, and I agree that that's the best way to move forward in light of we having the sentence on the other case.
Okay, all right, so hold on a second. All right, so I will agree to do that, obviously. All right, so then we are left with file numbers 24. We'll make that correction to the credit for time served on those 3 files we were just talking about. So let's move on to 24-21694 and 24-21708. Mr. Decker Margosian, there were no objections to the credit on those, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And was there anything else in the body of the report that you wish to explain or challenge?
No, Your Honor.
Does pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exists any known constitutional defect?
None to my knowledge this time, Your Honor.
On file number 24-21694FH, the controlled substance possession of methamphetamine, the probation department has calculated the minimum sentencing guidelines to be 5 to 23 months. Do you agree with that calculation of guidelines?
I don't have any challenges at this time, Your Honor.
And then on 24-21708FH, it's a 1-year misdemeanor. So there are no guidelines for that offense. The court, so Mr. Decker Margosian, before the court passes sentence, is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, the only thing that I'll say is that I do certainly think that recovery court is appropriate, and obviously I would be asking the court to sentence Ms. Rosenberg to that. The only thing that stuck out in this is the recommendation for additional jail on the misdemeanor. Whenever I see when there's multiple sentencings and one is for something, one is for jail, one is for probation, it always perks my ears up, and I think there probably should be a decent reason for that. Frankly, I'm not seeing that, but obviously it's the court's discretion. I would ask that it either be one of 2 things on the misdemeanor, either a credit for time served sentence and just have her on probation for the recovery court, or have the 708 case also be a term of probation to just run everything at the same time.
So, Mr. Decker Margosian, there is, in my case, some philosophy behind that. Miss Rosenberg has been in recovery court before, and she struggled, but Ms. Teskey and I do try to continue to give opportunities to people. If I use up her jail time on both files, then I'm left with prison terms, and I don't think that her recovery would ever be helped by going to prison. So that's typically what we do. But Ms. Teskey, if I sentence her to 11 months in boot camp, she goes to boot camp once there's space available, correct?
Correct. I'll get her in probably within 2 or 3 weeks.
And then she wouldn't be serving the 11 months. She'd go to boot camp. She'll get processed out of boot camp, back on probation, and then with a tether, correct, Ms. Teskey?
That is correct.
So I'm more than happy to do the 11 months, but once I use up her jail time, if she continues to offend the way she has, her guidelines allow me to send her to prison, and I certainly don't think that is in her best interest at this time. But that would be my philosophy behind it. And, I guess I could use up all her jail time, but I just don't think at the end of the day, if I use up all her jail time and shipping her to prison, that's not going to help her either.
And Your Honor, I recognize that this court does everything that you can do to help, certainly obviously everybody, but specifically the individuals in recovery court. So we appreciate that. Whatever the court thinks the best sentence, how to fashion that, obviously it's the court's discretion. So that's all I have this time.
Thank you. All right. Ms. Rosenberg, is there anything you want to say on your own behalf?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Right, in determining the appropriate sentence in these cases, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense, your history, the principal proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been said upon the record at this hearing. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offenses, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, the potential for reformation, vindication for the law and the protection of society. Ms. Rosenberg, you were previously in the recovery court program and you were removed because you absconded and you committed new offenses. The team wholeheartedly is welcoming you back to the recovery court program because perhaps we see something in you don't yet see in yourself, but we want you to succeed. We all want you to succeed. So, and I just wanted you to know that to begin with, all right? So it's a sentence of the court that the probation on file number 20-20103FH will be revoked and terminated. Your state costs and because you have fulfilled your jail term on that one. On file number 23-21343FH, I will revoke and terminate your probation. On, find it, 7-8. On file number 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like I don't even have another file on the docket, but 4, 3, 4, 8. Okay. I know I'm missing one. So then also file number 22-21005FH, we will revoke and terminate your probation. So that leaves you with the 2 remaining files, the new files. So it is the sentence of the court on file number 24-21694FH. You will be placed on probation for a period of 3 years. During that probation term, you must not use or possess any alcohol. You must comply with testing, drug testing, controlled substance testing, complete outpatient and residential substance abuse. Understand they have the right to search and seize. If they believe you have items that violate, must report any police contact, loss of employment within 24 hours, weekends and holidays accepted. You're going to have to maintain employment. I'm going to so on this one, Ms. Teskey, it shows 2 days credit, but you said, oh, I see what you're doing. On that file, you will receive credit for 2 days you've already served. There's crime victim rights fee of $130, $68 in state costs, $750 in court costs, $450 in attorney fees, and a supervision fee in the amount of $30 per month, $60 if we require a tether. On file number 24-21708FH, will be placed on probation for a period of 3 years. I'm going to order that you serve 11 months in Lenawee County Jail with credit for 92 days already served, but I am ordering you to boot camp. So within several weeks, you'll get to go to the boot camp program. I think that'll be a good start for you to come back into recovery court because it'll provide something maybe the recovery court isn't providing to you. Now you must enter and complete the boot camp program. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And on that file, there is that's a misdemeanor. Wait, I can't send her to boot camp on that file because it's a misdemeanor, Ms. Teskey. So I'm sorry. I'm going to order that. I'm going to back up. So on 24-21694FH, I'm going to order that you serve 11 months in the Lenawee County Jail with credit for 2 days served, but released to boot camp. Okay. And then on file number 24-21708FH, I'm going to order 2 years probation and credit for 90 or credit for 92 days already served in Lenawee County Jail. There's $75 crime victim rights fee, $50 state costs. I didn't see, is there restitution? Do we have restitution anywhere, Ms. Tusky?
No,
No.
no, Your Honor.
Okay, and I think I got everything. Anything else, Ms. Teskey?
I think that's it.
All right, so, and as I said, your probation will be terminated on the other ones, so that's files you don't have to worry about. So understand, Ms. Rosenberg, you're not gonna serve the 11 months. I do think she gets credit for boot camp though, right, Ms. Teskey?
He does.
So you will get credit for the boot camp program, and then once you're released from boot camp, you'll come back to us on probation, okay?
How long is the boot camp program?
90 days.
Between 90 and 120.
Okay,
Yeah. And it's kind of multifaceted. You'll get all the support you need for any issues you might have, okay?
okay. Thank you.
All
Matt.
right, so you do have the right to appeal these sentences. We're going to give you a set of documents for every single file, and they're gonna have you initial and date one copy for every single file. That's gonna come back to me and go in the file, just to acknowledge you received your paperwork. The other copies are for you. If you wish to appeal your sentence, you would fill out the information on the form and mail it to the address listed on the form within 42 days. All right, Ms. Rosenberg?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Degermar goes in. Anything else?
No, thank you, Anna.
All right, so Ms. Rosenberg, I can't wait for you to get back. We're looking forward to working with you again, and I wish you the best of luck, all right? You can do this.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to stop live stream now because I have a suppressed file. I'll resume in a minute.